Yes, hello, karibuni. It's my hope that mumeshinda vizuri. This is our late show. Nimeamua kufungua. I'll just come a little bit late, but ni sawa. So I want to leo nilikuwa nataka kudiscuss na anyway, let me begin by greeting you. How are you? It's my hope and my prayer umeshinda vizuri. So leo nilikuwa nikitaka kuwaambia there is now complete confirmation that Ruto ashaisha Mlima Kenya. So you don't need any litmus test ya kujua ya kwamba Ruto ameisha Mlima Kenya. And I think now we have officially launched Gachagua era in Mlima Kenya. Not because he's a good man, but because I think he has been able to follow up with so many things. And I think he has lived to the aspiration of fighting for people. Na mtu yote ambaye anapigania watu lazima apendwe, regardless of their past. So that is what has made Gachagua to be attractive, because he is at the center of the fighting front. Amejicleanse sana. So I wanted to give reasons why now I believe that Ruto ana kura hata moja Mlima Kenya. And people like Akina Mbarire will fight high and lunch, and they will not manage to do anything. Number one, hii wiki, I think after people felt now that Ruto ameguza the last stroke of the camel bone, most of Kikuyu, Maestro, and Benga musicians have now started producing songs. Na by the way, ukiwahi sikia wale waibaji wanoma in Kikuyu language washatoa mangoma, there is an indication of where the wind is going, ama upepo wa kisiasa unaenda pande gani. As we speak right now, let me show you, sitacheza wimbo yake because of I don't want to get rights issues, but I want to kuwaonesha tu na majina. Nataka kuwaonesha yeye what he has done. Actually, hii wimbo yake imeachiliwa within the last 10 hours. So hii wimbo imeachiliwa within the last 10 hours, na nitaambia wale ambao wanaelewa Kikuyu waende wasikilize hii wimbo. So let me just I want to show it. Maybe let me mute the voice so that mutaenda kusikiliza. So this is one of the Benga musicians. Ndiye huyu. Kikuyu Benga musician. Ndiye huyo. Sijui kama mnaona nimeonyesha hata jina yake hapo. Oh, sorry. It is not showing. Mbona ioneshe? Let me display again. Let me show you. This is one of the Kikuyu Benga musician ametutolea wimbo. Hawa ndio wanakuambianga imeenda. Ndiye huyo. That's our first gentleman ambaye ametutolea wimbo. Mbili hata kujua that is the guy. Wimbo yake imekuwa loaded within the last 10 hours. Kamande wa Kioi. So Kamande wa Kioi ashatoa wimbo ya Itungati, like and the way we are supposed to resist Ruto. That is one of the person ambaye ametoa wimbo mzuri sana, and now hiyo inaoneshana the voice of the people where they are. Na hawa ni wale watu ambao sasa wanakuanga, hawa ndio shoro, hawa ndio the horn of the people, hawa sasa. So Kamande wa Kioi ndio nataka mtu ende Google hiyo wimbo, and you will listen to it and you will hear what Kamande is saying. Ruto ana chake. So I think it's a confirmation that Mount Kenya has made a decision, because like vile anaimba is like tulidanganywa what. So in other words, Ruto ashaisha Mlima Kenya. So I'm just trying to show you litmus test of how you can confirm mtu ameisha. So it is done now. Na kuna kitu anaweza fanya. That is one of it. Then kuna wengine, so Kamande wa Kioi tutioi nonetoi, yani We didn't know, but now we know. That is the song. We didn't know, but now we know. Commando Akoyo. Powerful song. Listen to it. It was released today, 10 hours ago. Another guys who are also have also released their song, Nisam Wakorino. Acha nikuoneshe. Naitwa Wakorino produce a song in Kenya against Ruto. Let me see if I will be able to get it. Walikuwa na Gachagua. Let me see if I will be able to get it. Okay. Oh, ndio hii. I think this one I will play it. I think this one has no problem because
kind of obsessed with the
it is
results.
within a campaign
keep getting better.
And I don't think this one specifically somebody can use hii nitacheza. Another guys, so hii inajaribu kuonesha vile the way decisions are being made in Mlima. So wewe Ruto, wewe ndanga ukienda bana, story yako kwisha, ndio hii.
Akeno ciraniro ni metenga itahigaga korono njurio no njugire ni munene wa maheni. Asati. Na totire twikito na regate wa Gachagua rege tungati mondore bata na ruriri na kiuga ne gothie wendoi gucoka na thutha. Haya kuria Akorino maretetwo kuria tiguo acio matirari ama twina Akorino aria ega a ruriri reke matwinira. Haya Akorino hawa Kagama hoe getungati gitu ithuĩ tũrĩ Akorino arĩa matarĩaga indo cia mahaki, arĩa matoyaga ihaki, arĩa matangĩendia rũrĩrĩ na arĩa matangĩoya ngiri ithatũ, nĩ tondũ ithuĩ twĩ thutha wa gĩtungati Rigathĩ wa Gachagua. Tũkwenda kũina rwĩmbo tu, tũinyoka rwĩmbo hanini tu na mũcoki atĩrĩrĩ nĩ gũthura ruo sema hivyo. Tokirire tene, tokirire tene, tokirire tene, togethura ruo, tokirire tene, tokirire tene, tokirire tene, togethura ruo, togethura ruo, togethura ruo, togethura ruo. No corago, no corago, no kohara, no kohara, totiga shokera, totiga shokera, que comba le gotire, que comba gotire, que comba gotire, nego duraruo, nego duraruo, favane atuerete, favane atuerete, toque mocararia, toque duraruo, toque duraruo, toque duraruo, toque duraruo, leun corera, leun corera, Sugoi Express hamwe na alama mumaga thutha Kasongo aende pamoja na wao. Thank you. Kagema hoi. Andu aitore ndake na muno ni wendo na mwatonyera gututhikiriria neguo.
No, Mkenya Mukora, I was just trying to confirm that Mlima Kenya Ruto ashaisha and there's nothing he can do. It's done. So once umesikia manyimbo za directions zimetolewa, story imeisha. Once watu wa Mlima Kenya washatoa nyimbo, you are done. Hakuna kitu kingine unaweza fanya. And now the whole society is sensitized ya kwamba Ruto hawezi chaguliwa tena huko. So I can now confirm definitively. I can say it definitively that Ruto anakuna Mlima Kenya. It is done. Ukiwaisikia, once you see those huge Kikuyu Benga musicians giving songs, it's done. Now the decision has been done. So story imeisha. So you can be assured that Mlima Kenya is one of the places where we can confirm Ruto has already been ejected out of power.
Basi nicheze hiyo basi kama ni ukweli.
A few moments later.
Yeah. So Kipril, what I was saying here is that Kikuyu people, watu wa Mlima, they communicate through songs. Saa hii nataka mtu aniambie ni wimbo gani moja ya Ruto imetolewa Mlima Kenya. Kama kuna wimbo saa hii, because unajua during politics, when politics is heightening, watu wa Mlima lazima watoe mangoma. So nataka muniambie ni ngoma gani ya Ruto imetolewa ya kumusifu. So
kuna ile atugo kiratene tukarute.
Nasema hii season hii atugo kiratene, that was 2022.
No, tukarute. Unajua tukarute, ukumbuki hiyo?
Oh, yeah, tukarute Ruto, sawa, ni sawa. That one hiyo ndio ilianzia. But zile zinaenda and then we now confirm that with now then huge musicians come and sing. Kamande Wakioi asha release wimbo yake leo, and there also some who are coming. So it's done. So bwana Mkenya Mkora, ukitaka kujua Wakikuyu wanafanyanga decision yao aje, ndio hiyo ishafanywa. Ukishasikia musician wametokezea, there's nothing you can do. That's the direction of the community. So it's
and the other thing, my brothers, unajua, the other thing is that this Gashago is lethal. It's so lethal that si walibeba wa Korino akapeleka huko mpaka Moses Kuria. Now look at what he comes with.
ati Moses Kuria alienda na kitambaa ya meza. That's what Gachagua said, that wengine ati wanachukua vitambaa ya meza tu, bora ni ya white, wanajifunga.
You guys, yani Rigathi, even though we know he can never be a president, but you remember, both of you, when Rigathi was impeached, we were here, me, you, keep saying that apewe mic, atuambie nini inaendelea. This guy is lethal. He's giving, yani, mimi nimemwogopa. You don't want that guy to be your enemy. Mimi zile vitu naona akifanya, I don't know, let keep aongee cause enda ameleta hizi ma video. I'm here.
Kipril, go ahead.
I know you're excited about Mount Kenya. Hiyo iko sealed and locked. Hiyo tusahau bana. Mimi nimekuwa excited kuona
No, not excited, ni confirmatory test. Unajua pia in chemistry tunasemanga there is a reaction and then you confirm. So I was just saying whatever these people are doing is a confirmatory test that Mlima ishaenda. Unajua kuna watu walikuwa wanatuambia unajua Ruto ati anaweza pata sijui Mlima 30 40, hakuna, haiwezi pata kitu. Once vitu kama hizi zishaanza ni hivyo, it's gone. I feel actually Mlima Kenya will vote against Ruto more than how they voted for him. Those numbers could actually be more in the negative direction. Go ahead.
No, he's done. There's no question about it. You know Moses Kuria is a Catholic, eh? Hakuna Korino hapo, jinga bana. He's shaming the the Catholic faith. Sasa unaenda kwa dini nyingine huko, unakuwa kama Ruto kuvaa manguo za madini zote. So I think Mount Kenya is gone. Mount Kenya, the stunt he pulled in State House, jaza watu. There's something called organic, an inorganic movement. People know the difference. Hata siku hizi ukiona watu wakivaa nguo za UDA, immediately after that they come and abuse it. Wanachoma, they put, this is even the way the social media has gone. Sema hii nimekuja kufanya wera hapa ni kukula. Wanakula hiyo pesa yetu, by its own money, na wanaenda nyumbani. Bado ni wanta. And I think the man is becoming more and more depressed. Very depressed. Because he's inaudible. And I think he's a stupid man. This goon to goon oil thing, I don't know what he's thinking. You know, any president, hata Trump mwenyewe, let's say even the guys you don't like, hata Obama mwenyewe, Trump, whoever it is, whenever there's a crisis, there's always some reprieve to the wananchi. You know that. Wafinyangi mtu. Anaasha moto, alafu anakuja kusema, oh, I've come to save you, my dear Kenyans. I've saved you. Unanidunga kisu, alafu unanichukua hospitali, alafu unataka mimi nikuambia asante. Doesn't make sense. His days are numbered.
And keep to ask you a question, because I was looking at the budget, the numbers. How do you raise, I don't have the numbers with me, but I had written them somewhere because I'm sitting in my car. Luckily, I had the real numbers. But it's an example of, I raise something for $10 and then I reduce it for, I raise it to $10 and then I reduce it to $5.
No, it was he raised it by 40 shillings. Alafu akatoa 10 bob.
Ndio hiyo.
People are even calculating by the way they are buying things. Una watu bunge la wananchi wanasema sasa, zamani condom ilikuwa pakiti 3, sasa unapata 2 for the same price.
Umetoa example ingine mbaya.
Kama ni msewa round mingi bana.
Ya tatu jipange.
Ya tatu ujipange. You can't buy anything with 1 bob anymore.
Keep the nonsense that I'm seeing. Yani, when I look at it from outside, yani, and I just want to capture my mind and my mind setting in this thing. It's just, it's so ridiculous. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Keep and Jiro. One day, okay, today, okay, the fuels have risen. The fuel prices have risen. Tomorrow, after what we complain, and even the opposition, and they've complained and said, expose some things. Tomorrow you reduce it. Where were you when you were making this thing? Kwani ungekuja na hiyo 9% at that time?
Alikuwa Kisii. No, by the way, that was illegal. First of all, how do you make a decision on top of a vehicle? Which committee did he meet? Nani alikutana na parliamentary committee gani ama cabinet secretary gani to make that decision on top of a vehicle that today I have decided I'm reducing the fuel? When Uhuru said this, he says, I would advise parliament and propose that we're going to reduce the tax levy for this to this from 13 to 10%. Najua Ruto ni 16 to 10%. Alafu parliament and deliberated it, alafu ikareduce. Huyu mtu tu kwa gari anasema I am going to reduce it kesho hivi. Na baada jarudi by the way, jarudi chini.
Yes, I had my brother go to, after he said that, I had my brother go to the pump, and actually, sitaki kuongea mingi, but keep, you know where my sister works, but that it's there's nothing. He was just murmuring out there, and even the hata hiyo kupandishwa, it was also illegal because you have to go through the parliament for them to pass it. There's no gazettement, there's nothing. It's just kwenda kupigia watu kelele juu ya nini. These are not, like you said, Uhuru will stand in front of state.
Uhuru and the Odinga family don't care. I'll tell you the truth. Don't even think about that. Because Ruto owns Rubies and Uhuru owns Starbucks, and then the gas industry and a bit of petroleum is owned by the Odinga family. Those guys don't care. Those ones, ikikuja mambo ya mafuta, don't give a shit. Kwanza Uhuru usahau, just forget. You will not hear Jubilee talking about fuel prices.
You're right, 100% right. A lot of people don't know that, but I would say just presidential, where you go and you say, like Uhuru, when it was that time, that crisis.
Uhuru, let's just be a fact. Let's talk pure fact. Uhuru hakuwa anachukua kila kitu. Hakuwa anaficha mtu. Unajua anachia wananchi kidogo tu, at least, at least for us to survive, at least for us to do business. This MF anachukua kila kitu bana. He's in every single industry in Kenya right now. Ruto ni CEO of Kenya. Gachagua amekwambia. How many times has Gachagua said? Huh? Lakini Gachagua mpaka no, hold on. Gachagua amefanya mpaka watu wa Jacaranda wamerudi line bana.
I was hoping ati wamerudi laini kinaomoka ametokea.
Ama Njeru George mpaka wajaluo wanaongea juu ya Gachagua. Do you know how serious that is? Sorry Luo people. Ni kweli. Hata huyo prophet wetu huyo wa war ama Ezekiel kutoka kwetu, huyo si real prophet. Ule prophet wa kweli ni Gachagua. Gachagua has predicted 5 things. Ati tulikuwa tunaona Gachagua anatutusi akiuliza kama Raila ako sawa, wacha kuja tusalamie. Gachagua knew the guy was dead. You see, that's another major prediction. Do you know Gachagua knew Raila was dead when they were keeping his death from us for a week? Gachagua was aware. Gachagua said, "Kama," but then Akina Gladys took it like an offense. Then Gachagua kept quiet. Why didn't Gachagua say that walimua? He's the first guy to say it. Kama mzee ako sawa, so, you know, kama doubting Thomas, show us. Show us, but.
And I think people need to start listening. And I know people have started listening to this guy.
That is the time ODM was being sold. When they were hiding it from Akina Sifuna, hiding it from all these other people that Raila was dead, they were selling ODM at that point in time. As we thought that Ruto was panicking, Ruto was doing deals in the back of the door. Akina Gladys wakaambia, how much you want? 5 million. Hiyo ni sawa. I'll give you half of what I owe, but then itakuwa yako. Sawa, mkapatiwa 5 million. 5 billion by the way. 5 billion ni kidogo sana sasa unafanya siasa. Let me reply to you. 5 billion is kidogo when you think there's more coming. Nafikiri wamekula yote.
Also my brother Kip, you know.
Sasa nafikiri hata Uhuru hakuonja hiyo pesa. Sasa watu wa Jacaranda wanasema ati ya Oburu tunaweza lipa hiyo. Hiyo tunaweza lipa. Akina Gladys Wanga, Ruto. Maliza hawa. These guys have really like I'm enjoying Jacaranda, imagine. I'm actually enjoying Jacaranda.
You know what I'm thinking? On a serious note, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking when it comes to
Ati siku hizi ukipigia Oburu simu shikasema niko na high pressure. Na pressure hizi shika simu zaidi.
huyo alilipiwa ndege aende Britain aende vacation kidogo. But
anakuwa na pressure bana. Jamaa sasa ati anataka anaanza kuomba kina Sifuna, si tukuje Nakuru boss bana. To come to Nakuru with you guys. See to come please, bana. No. The ODM thing, Gachagua is whether Njero, I know you like Gachagua. Gachagua thing is under control. Let me tell you. Yo, space yake control. Hii ingine ndio ni moto sana hii. This is the news. Hii adidi. ODM.
wait, did you see Gladys Wanga akiwaka moto huko hivyo nini? I don't know where she was. Akiwaka moto, you know.
Kutembea huko tu nini? Huko Nyanza. You must respect ODM. You must respect us. Alafu Gachagua anawaambia si niliwaona. I told you guys.
You know, it's becoming very comical, but you know what I'm really thinking, my two brothers, and what I'm really kind of know, but I'm really thinking is that a lot of the people in the government are not really with this Kamujama of yours standing top of cars. I think they are leaking and giving things secretly, everything either to kina Gachagua, kina Sifuna, and these other guys, and Ruto na
Kuna injection. The fool openly bribes people. Openly. Watu wanapanga laini, students, everybody. Just to do anything. Just to ebu ngoja Njeru nani, what is Mato, ngoja kidogo. Ebu tucheze video za Njeru.
Wacha tucheze
ODM. Wacha tumalize mambo ya Gachagua. Njeru achemke kidogo.
Okay, sawa.
Gachagua, nilikuwa nimekudharau na kinyi roho yangu sasa inasikia kukuja tu hapa. Nasikia Gachagua kuja tu hapa. Gachagua, I love you. Saluti. Wanani kwa Gachagua. Gachagua, kitungachi. Gachagua. Umenifanyia kitu ya maana. Mimi nilikuwa tu yani kujipendekeza tuta. Lakini nilikuwa nalia. Lakini sioni hata kitu nikitoka huko. Nimelia hata sisikii simu ikilia. Sana. Tutafurahia. Asanteni sana. Kwa majina naitwa Alice kutoka Big Account. Asante sana Gachagua. Nilikuwa nimekudharau na kinyi roho yangu sasa inasikia kukuja tu hapa. Nasikia Gachagua kuja tu hapa. Gachagua, I love you. Saluti. Wanani kwa Gachagua. Gachagua, kitungachi. Gachagua, umenifanyia kitu ya maana. Mimi nilikuwa tu yani kujipendekeza tuta. Lakini nilikuwa nalia. Lakini sioni hata kitu nikitoka huko. Nimelia hata sisikii simu ikilia. Sana. Tutafurahia. Asanteni sana.
Kipulilo, unajua hapo ni wapi?
I told you we have a candidate.
Yeah, I think it is boiling nicely in Emurua Dikir. It looks like Emurua Dikir is becoming competitive. Uja mwa UDA tunaweza gonga bana.
No, I've told. What did I tell you that? So I played you the other video. You did not understand what he was saying. Ukakataa kusikiza. Gachagua is coming to tour in Rift Valley, ban, and he knows where to target. Before we talk about anything, watch it. Nieke kidogo tu, just a bit.
Tupe project, tunafanya kazi safi kama hii ni si tumefanya. Anasema hakuna, toka hapa na hii miaka kidogo, hakuna kazi kama unaweza fanya. Kituona kwa national television ndio utaamini kweli. Hiyo kuna mtu tukimwambia tupe project, tunafanya kazi safi kama hii ni si tumefanya. Anasema hakuna, toka hapa na hii miaka kidogo, hakuna kazi kama hiyo. Kuna mtu tukimwambia tupe project, tunafanya kazi safi kama hii ni si tumefanya. Anasema hakuna, toka hapa na hii miaka kidogo, hakuna kazi kama unaweza fanya. Kituona kwa national television ndio utaamini kweli. Hiyo kuna mtu tukimwambia tupe project, tunafanya kazi safi kama hii ni si tumefanya. Anasema hakuna, toka hapa na hii miaka kidogo, hakuna kazi kama unaweza fanya. Kituona kwa
chungeni copyright bwana. But anyways, mi kwanza naweza penda kwanza mtuambie historia ya jana aka kamtukeka nini kamtuka najita Kimani. Ni ukweli kalikuwa kamelewa Jeff Koinange kakikuja kupigana story ya nini?
No, there are two politicians who've been drinking heavily. They can't. Your two-term is stressing a lot of them out. I was about to send to Njeru that video. They are drinking now, mbaya sana. They are drinking badly. They can't. You can't say two-term. You can't say two-term and be sober. Kuna watu wanakunywa vibaya sana. It's not easy. There's a lot of pressure from Lima. Watch the rest of the country. Kwenda kwa Kikuyu, kuongea mambo ya Ruto stuff.
And kina nani and kina Sifuna are expected to be in Nakuru when? I think this weekend, right?
This week, some of his nilikuwa nimeongea na songa. They're already there. The team. Wamepanda ndege huko bana. People are traveling from all over the place to see them.
Yeah,
that one I'm not too much into it. The one for for Nakuru. Nataka ya Kisumu. Because Nakuru will be hot when Gachagua, let's just be honest, the unit territory at DCP. Nakuru has become territory of DCP. So yeah,
you're right. Even me, I'm waiting for the Kisumu one because I want to see them, the goon try to do what they were trying to do. But also, I am wondering, my friends, I'm wondering how hizi kofia zenye watu wanavaanga zenye zinafanana na chama, whatever chama mko nazo, are they replaced or are they constantly being printed or made? Because the one movement I've seen with no hizo makofia is Linda Mwananchi. Have you guys noticed that? They never have any regalia.
Because they don't have funds, huh? Gashagua's by the Gashagua's movement is being sponsored by business people from Ulima. They've taken him really seriously. Wanamtumianga pesa. Wakimtumianga yo pesa, anatumia kuprint hizo vitu. He is well funded. Ruto is in trouble. Ruto hata akiba aje, unajua ukiwa na backing ya Mlima bana boss. They meet him. They meet him usiku bana. They go meet him, they go to Wamunyoro. Wamunyoro has become a very serious place to go and meet him. And he picked the right place. He picked the right place to meet these people. People travel to Wamunyoro to go speak to him. Nyumba yake inakuanga busy sana. Inakuanga very busy. I don't even think he sleeps.
So kina Sifuna them, they don't fund anything because I've never even seen them.
No, they're still waiting for funding from us Wananchi. The problem with Linda Mwananchi, yeah. Can I just tell you the truth? I like the movement. It's good. It's perfect. it is the only reason I follow them is to kill ODM. But as far as moving ahead, they are too small. I'm sorry. You guys are not
Ouch.
funding. If you go to their website, can I just tell you the truth? If you go to their website, mwambie mara ngapi nyinyi mnajitanga majenzi. He's asked you guys several times. Register, show here support. Let me check now how many you are now. You're only 45,000 people who've registered on that bloody website. So if you're taking Linda Mwananchi seriously, why aren't you registering to show that you want him to be your president? Gachagua, you can see. If you see Gachagua,
you're my friend, and we've been debating for a long time about these things. Yeah? And I think this Linda Mwananchi thing, you guys are really downsizing it and looking at, I mean, mnaiangalilia chini. But I can tell you what I've been seeing, because I am very good in, reading body language, and the way you see these people, and I'm also in other places, social media and everything, and I see these people just traveling to travel for those. I mean, and they are not paid by anyone. They just go for a road trip. Like when they go to Mombasa, you will see people in the car going and going there, and they're just, unajua wale watu waliitwa wanini, and they keep on saying that, by the way, sindo tuliitwa tunakujanga na what were they told, Uber guys and KFC and whatever. They go everywhere. I've seen people go to Mombasa from Nairobi, from Wapi, and they are not paid. They just want to go and have sherehe and also, support the movement and everything. And the other day, Sifuna was saying, I won't say where he was saying it, but he was saying that it's been very difficult for him to support this Linda Mwananchi, because guys just put up everything. I mean, for him, it's just to tokea, and they have this. Hii kitu ya Linda Mwananchi, and that's why even
you said
the youth
nothing.
leader, even the youth leader now is calling them to come back, to come back, because now they've realized the Linda Mwananchi has already taken off, and it would be a detrimental risk to
Can I tell you something?
wash them out.
Can I tell you something? I can't take Linda Mwananchi seriously, because those guys have not left ODM and they are threatening to go back. How am I going to support somebody that shares the same party as Oburu Odinga?
No,
shares the same party as Junet Mohammed, shares the same party as Gladys Wanga. Coach animalize shares the same party as Simbarati. Junet Mohammed alikula pesa ya campaign. So if we take them seriously and then we expect them to fight for liberation, then last minute they go negotiate with Ruto, where they're trying to get more power. I'm not interested. That is why I can never. I rather go to the United Opposition side. Nikae na kina Wamunyoro, nikijua hao watu wamechoka na Ruto. You can see they will never go back. With ODM and these Linda ground people.
Yeah. Let me tell you, they never
talking about popularity, where people are fighting for the powers of the party.
Yeah, but they never left ODM. They went with ODM. They are the ones with. Do you remember when Manza was told he ran with the certificate? These guys took ODM. So ODM is not we took power.
So okay, let me ask you a question. Which one is more impactful? Linda Ground Group? Yeah. Linda Ground Group or Wamunyoro?
Wait, why are you telling me Linda Ground? Me, I'm not. Linda Ground is a
Linda Mwananchi or Wamunyoro?
Linda Mwananchi. No, Linda Mwananchi is because it's generic.
The statistics up. Only 42,000 people have registered on that bloody website.
I'm telling you, it's Linda Mwananchi. But you have to look at, you're very smart. You
They
have to
have no
look at the,
stance. They have no
wait, but
stance. The
listen,
first thing is just
let me
just
finish.
critically think. You know, you are
But let
just
me finish what I'm trying to say before I lose my chain of thought. Please,
okay.
please, with all due respect. So this Linda Mwananchi, the Wamunyoros, the other, the whole opposition is what we had been saying, what we had told the Railas of the day during the last election, where we were telling them, Madakarua go this side and Raila go that side, Kalonzo go this side. So all these people are working together. If you listen to what they say, they're all together, but they don't want to show who it is. I believe at the end of it, they will come and come together, all of them. But the Linda what? Linda Ground, Linda Tumbo, that one will be left out. And they've already started to realize that they are going to be left out. So that's why now they are trying kimbia to join with these other people. Linda Mwananchi is with kina Matiang'i and kina Nadi and all that. So basically, what I'm trying to tell you and why I wanted to finish this is that the kina Wamunyoros are still with Linda Mwananchi. They're speaking the same language. The other ones that were speaking 50-50, no one is listening to them. Nini youth leader, I think is on vacation right now in Britain. So for them, they were
So tell me, what is their plan? I want a plan.
No, nobody is going to tell you the plan so that you start attacking us.
Unaona sasa Njeru. You understand now? There's no plan for Linda Mwananchi.
No, listen, am I stammering today? I'm saying Linda Mwananchi is with kina Wamunyoro, and these other people. The fight is between everybody else against the Oburu Odinga faction and the Ruto faction. So, and the Ruto faction and the broad-based nonsense there wants us to give them a target. We're not going to give any target. I'm sorry. You hit Wamunyoro na kugonga mbali. You gonga kina Sifuna, they gonga you mbali. You gonga the Wiper, they gonga you mbali. You gonga Matiang'i, they gonga you mbali. So you don't even understand where you're fighting. That's why Ruto is having a huge problem to even identify who he is fighting, because he doesn't have. Because he's with the broad-based nonsense there. So those are the ones, and you can see now the broad-based Kinawanga, now they're starting to say, oh, now we are even getting back. Now they're trying to bring Sifuna back, but Sifuna has stood his ground, is not coming back to that nonsense. Because anyway, they have the certificate and they moved on, and the Oburu
mambo ya certificate. What is this thing with certificate?
ODM has moved with the Mwananchi side.
Can I tell you what is going to happen? They'll start moving together. Sifuna's fire is going to die out. That is, you can take it to the bank.
You know what? I'll take that to the bank with you. Sifuna is not going to die anytime soon, my friend. Sifuna has the ile jeshi ya baba, hiyo jeshi ya baba, utunyunyizie maji, hiyo sai iko na kina Sifuna, haina Oburu. I'm sorry.
Jeshi gani sasa? You're following
baba, iko saidi ya kina Sifuna, my friend.
Let me tell you, I don't like Gachagua, but he's a decisive person. Jamaa alitoka na akaenda kaanza chama yake. I don't understand what is this cowardice of these other people. The guy went and started his own party. Look how he's moving around. If you want to be a good leader,
you remember the time of ODM and ODM Kenya, and when the Chungwa split?
Okay. You know, sometimes
Do
kuonesha
you
mtu
remember
logic
that?
ngumu sana.
How ODM came to be?
Sawa.
History repeats itself, my brother. I'm telling you. Watch this Mwananchi function.
It's going to die. You'll
It's
see.
not gonna die. You know what?
Wataenda kuongea sijui certificate, sijui secretary general, sijui nini, playing with the heads of the Gen Zs. Gen Zs already saw that. Let me explain to you. Gen Zs already saw that he's a person they want to follow, si ndio? So unaona
Yes.
kama watu wa Nakuru, no, just wait. Hawa watu wa Nakuru, the ones that are going to see. You're going to tell me they're going to picking between UDA and DCP Nakuru. ODM is way below. Way below, I'm sorry.
Boss, let me you know there's two functions of ODM. The Mwananchi one. Have you ever and I asked you this question, I asked you both this question earlier, if you remember. You know, with DCP, they are taking their chance, their time to go even clad people and put them in regalia. Have you ever seen any regalia with the Mwananchi?
They don't have money.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Now you're talking. They don't have the money.
Doesn't make sense to me.
No, they don't have the money, but at least they pull a crowd without even that money. What is generic? What does generic mean?
Hata Chief Justice anakuanga na regalia, hata Wajakoya. This is Kenya, my friend, bana.
Yeah, they don't, and Sifuna has said it.
You have to wear regalia. I know you're
For
trying
what?
to prove a point, but it's pointless.
For what? Why do you have to have regalia if the people have wamekukubali? Why does Ruto kila siku anapea watu ma t-shirt alafu anachukua tena akienda for the next nini? Why? Just to show that they're covered in that regalia and that colors. These guys don't have colors. And if you remember,
Okay. Are you registered? Are you registered on the Linda Mwananchi website?
I am a registered Linda Mwananchi kabisa. Mimi ni sifunated.
Ni uongo bana, wacha uongo. Sisi
I am sifunated.
Kuna Okay.
I'm
What is the name of the website? Linda Mwananchi what?
Together, I am reeking. If you smell me when we're standing together, you will just reek. You will smell Sifuna.
Wacha tuongee juu ya Gachagua. Njero umeboeka. Njero, tuambie mambo ya Gachagua. Nini boss?
Ako depressed.
Nawasikiliza bwana, simuendelee. Sasa mnataka nifanye nini? See, I'm hearing your discussion.
Yeah.
Kama story imeisha, mseme story imeisha, lakini sio kuniingiza kwa discussion.
Okay, niegee kitu ya ODM tuongee na Mato kabla nilale.
Haya, iko wapi hiyo kitu ya ODM?
Respect from the UDA party.
There are many ways to break up with your side chick, especially when you've decided to go back to your own wife. Number one, you stop picking up calls. You start picking fights over salt in the food, and you make it so uncomfortable that she eventually packs her synthetic hair and leaves on her own accord. Or, if you are UDA, you can disrespect her so publicly, so consistently, so brutally, that she calls a press conference to remind the sugar daddy that she has rights too.
The Central Committee commended the National Elections Coordinating Committee, NEC.
And on Thursday, the 16th, ODM Central Committee, that proud, battle-hardened, politically promiscuous institution, did something it has never had to do in all its years of hopping from one political bed to another. It sat before cameras, microphones, and a bewildered nation, and essentially said, we demand respect.
For our relationship with our broad-based partners, UDA, the Central Committee noted with concern. UDA party. The Central Committee noted with concern the goings on and the unwarranted public utterances by some senior officials of the UDA party aimed at causing anxiety and disquiet among our members. As a party that believes in its principles, ideology, and the foundation on which it was founded, we demand respect from the UDA party.
Let that marinate. ODM, the party that has survived tear gas like Cologne, elections like seasonal flu, and political betrayals like breakfast, is now formally requesting through officially party communication channels that its broad-based partner stop embarrassing it in public.
What I saw at the funeral of Koyo, where my party leader is seated, and some people have come there shouting, "Uda, we will not agree, we will not accept, it will not happen."
So how did ODM end up here? Well, to understand how ODM ended up begging for basic decency from a party it voluntarily climbed into bed with, we need to rewind. You see, ODM knew from the very beginning that UDA was married. And not just married to Central Kenya. Ring on finger, dowry paid, in-law fed, and the whole traditional arrangement.
Nowe moto, gaidia moto, gaidia moto, no mwena ni umwedete, toe moko na igoro, togoshegai.
Of course, the marriage had its own problems. UDA and its Mount Kenya in-laws were fighting over the remote control, disagreeing on who should sit at the head of the table, bickering about inheritance and entitlement. But they were married, legally, spiritually, demographically. You see, ODM was convinced, with the kind of delusional confidence only a true experienced Mpango Akando possesses, that it had what Central Kenya didn't: the numbers, the influence, the grassroots charisma.
Na uheshimu ODM. ODM ni chama kubwa. Ni chama kubwa. Heshimu ODM na usicheze na ODM. Wakikasirika wanaweza haribu vitu.
Armed with the political stamina built over decades of jumping from one coalition bed to another, with the agility of a Nairobi matatu changing lanes on Thika Road, they promised UDA the kind of pleasure Mount Kenya could never deliver. In fact, they offered 10 rounds of maximum political satisfaction per day, with extra sessions available on demand.
Rais, nilikuwa nasema kwa ufupi, au watu ni wako na wewe ni wao. Kwa hivyo ukipata nyama ile nono, ukilisha au watu wakishiba, watu wako wameshiba.
In exchange, ODM expected to be moved into the matrimonial bed, specifically the position of deputy president. That the Cloud9 experience ODM was providing would make UDA forget entirely about the region that delivered the presidency.
And we will support you. Na usiogope mtu. Viti vyote, kuanzia senator, kuanzia governor, wajumbe, women rep, MCAs, tutasimama kupitia chama cha ODM. What we are negotiating about is the presidency. Hapo tuko hapo na President William Samoei Ruto. Kwengine huku. Tutafinyana.
But as you all know, in every messy marriage, the first wife always comes first. She may be neglected, she may be insulted. In fact, she may be publicly humiliated at fundraisers and whispered about in political rallies. But when push comes to shove, and when the bed gets cold, and the in-laws start making noise, the husband crawls back. And crawl back UDA did. President Ruto, while in Nyeri, deep in the bosom of Mount Kenya, was forced to do something no man managing Mpango Akando situation should ever have to do: publicly defending his loyalty to his first wife.
Mimi nimepangana na nyinyi, na kama kuna mtu anafikiria ati ataharibu urafiki mimi nimejenga pamoja na nyinyi, huyo ni mtu anaota ndoto ya mchana.
Mimi nataka niwaulize, ati kuna mtu anasema anaweza kunitenganisha na watu wa Nyeri?
Mimi namwambia hiyo ni ndoto ya mchana bwana.
Standing before the people who gave him the presidency, he declared that there was absolutely, categorically, unequivocally no way he would dump Central Kenya for some fools out there.
Mimi nauliza nyinyi, ndio mimi nikuwe rais, si nyinyi mlinipigia kura? Yaani mnafikiri mimi nitakuwa mjinga niwache watu wanipigia kura niende nitafutane na watu wa pumbavu?
Now, the president's handlers will tell you he wasn't referring to ODM. His spin doctors will argue it was a general statement. And to make the matter serious, his communication team will release 17 clarifications by morning. But Kenya is not a country of fools. Well, not politically, or at least not all the times. And Kenyans did the math. The president had been spending months traversing ODM zones, attending rallies in Nyanza, breaking bread in the lakeside, whispering sweet nothings about inclusivity and broad-based government.
Sasa sikizeni watu wa Homa Bay. Ati wanatuambia ati William Ruto anapoteza wakati yake huko Nyanza. Ati Nyanza hakuna kura. Ati Nyanza ya kura ya Nyanza ni kidogo. Mimi nataka niwaambie hawa watu, nyinyi mwaka huu mtajua hamjui. Mwaka ujao mtajua hamjui. Mimi ni rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Na nimeamua ya kwamba hii Kenya tutaunganisha jamii zote za Kenya. Tutaunganisha watu wote wa Kenya. Tukitumia broad based, tutaunganisha jamii zote za Kenya. Tutaunganisha wananchi wote wa Kenya. Wale wengi na wale wachache watasimama pamoja mwaka ujao. Wale wa kura mingi na kura chache tutasimama pamoja mwaka ujao.
And then he goes to Nyeri and calls unnamed political companions fools.
Yaani mnafikiri mimi nitakuwa mjinga niwache watu wanipigia kura niende nitafutane na watu wa pumbavu? Neko karatiko.
The arithmetic wasn't difficult. Kenyans concluded that ODM had been called a fool in public by the very person it was giving 10 rounds of maximum pleasure per day.
Neko karatiko. Nedurai kuidania. Tunaelewana kabisa.
Now, in any Mpango situation, once the husband starts mending things with the first wife, a very specific pattern emerges. He doesn't just go back quietly. No, he begins to punish the Mpango Akando. He starts doing things specifically designed to hurt, to remind the side chick of her place, to reassert the hierarchy. And this is exactly what UDA has been doing. The ruling party has embarked on what can only be described as a political spite campaign. It has begun demanding to install its own party members in ODM strongholds, planting UDA flags in territories that ODM has held since before some of these UDA officials knew what a party membership card looked like.
Na mimi alisema jambo la maana sana. Una wale wenzetu ambao sisi hatuna uhasama nao kutoka chama cha ODM. ODM wanasema pwani ni ngome yao, waachiwe wao. Sisi tuwaambia pwani ni ngome ya raia wa pwani, tuache timenyane. Na wanasema wao wanajua hata wengine wetu tukiwachwa. Juneta alisema hata wengine wetu tukiwachwa tunganganie viti, hatuwezi kuwashinda ndani ya maeneo yao ya ODM. Kama nyinyi muko na ujasiri wa aina hiyo na muko na confidence ya aina hiyo, iko shida gani sisi tuingie katika viti kama mlivyosema mtushinde? Kama hapa ni ngome yako, kama hapa wewe huna wasiwasi, kama wewe unaweza na kuminyana kwamba hii ni ngome ambayo imejizatiti, si wewe uende ulete kura zako nyingi na sisi tulete zetu kidogo, iko shida gani?
This is the political equivalent of a man bringing his first wife's clothes to the Mpango Akando's apartment and hanging them in her closet. It is not just disrespect. It is territorial warfare disguised as administrative courtesy. ODM predictably is calling it disrespectful.
As the national chairman of the ODM party, I also want to make it very clear that this Homa Bay County and this entire region is an ODM zone. It is an ODM zone. And the next time I see what I saw at the funeral of Koyo, where my party leader is seated and some people have come there shouting, "Uda," we will not agree. We will not accept. It will not happen. It will not happen. It will will not happen. Not under my watch as national chairman of the ODM party. This is an ODM zone. Na tutaki madarau. And you can see we are quiet. Unaweza ona simba ameshewa ukadhani ni paka. Hakuna paka hapa. Hakuna. Onge paka ka. One simbni. Wanangoa.
And they are right. It is disrespectful. But here's the thing or nobody in ODM wants to hear. What did they expect?
All our party strongholds, all those strongholds are reserved for ODM. And whether Omar Hassan is happy or not, we are going to ensure that that is the minimum precondition for negotiation. Minimum precondition for negotiation and engagement with the UDA is that there will be compulsory zoning of our regions. And if Omar Hassan wants to become governor, the governor of Mombasa is ODM. I want to tell Omar Hassan to look for another constituency or another county to go and govern. If he wants to become governor of Mombasa, let him defect to ODM so that we'll be able to negotiate with him. But he will not threaten us because we are solid and we know what we want.
You see, ODM's current predicament is the oldest story in the political playbook and in the Mpango Akando playbook for that matter. You see, you cannot walk into a marriage, offer yourself as the existing alternative, build your entire value proposition on pleasure and convenience, and then act shocked when you discover that the husband never intended to leave his wife. You cannot ignore every red flag, and there were red flags the size of billboards on Mombasa Road, and then hold a press conference expressing concern. Central Kenya's political class has been saying loudly and clearly for months that the deputy president's position is theirs. It belongs to the mountain. No one is taking it. They have said it in churches. They have said it in funerals.
Mimi na Kindiki tumesikia tumejipanga. Hii kiti ya deputy haitoki Mount Kenya. Tunasikia kuna wengine wanaitaka. Tumesema hii kiti ya deputy inakaa tu hapa. Inakaa tu hapa. Akipata nimepata, si ndio? Nikipata amepata. Lakini kiti inakaa wapi?
Huyu dada yangu Waigoro. Mimi naamini ya kwamba Anne Waigoro my sister akipata nimepata. Negwo kana tegwo. Na mimi nimekipata, Waigoro amepata. It is like that. So there is no problem. Hakuna shida. Hey.
And yet ODM persisted, convinced that love, or in this case, political utility would conquer all.
Hatuwezi kuwa bila power. Ni lazima tupate power. Na hiyo kupata power mpaka wakosi watakuwako.
Well, bad news to ODM, because political soothsayers are saying the only power they will get is power bank.
Kanisa na watu wa Nyeri. Mimi namwambia
his loyalty to his first.
Mtajua hamjui.
Kwani hizi vitu tunataka mpaka saa ngapi? Yeah.
Okay, sawa. So
no,
mnataka kwanza kureact kwa hiyo.
Nilikuwa atanishia na kitambo, but thing is that this is where and both of you munikumbuke vizuri. This is where I come and say this all political theatrics and regalia and organizations, they are coming to an end. Nyi watu mnacheza na vitu, mnacheza na as a system, and me included, and I'm not a Gen Z. You're playing with people who are tired of this thing of dressing people up and acting that, oh, power, people don't want that nonsense no more. The old politics is just going away, and it's and in a talker too, like a snail, just disappearing. The reason I was saying Jiru earlier, so that you bring other people, because I'm about to get away. And I see Alex is here. Alex Salimika Kuleuko, thank you so much for being around. What I'm saying is the wind is not in that nonsense of old politics. the politicians right now, okay, ODM, the reason I was saying Nikona Kina Sifuna Mimi is the reason I can see people actually driving to go to that place that they are without being dressed and that is what I'm smelling in the air. And that's my prediction. You watch this space. I'm going to be listening to you guys on the side, but I think ODM, Saidi Akina Oburu, they goofed big time, and they were told. And the reason Kina Sifuna and Kina Matiang'i, they are together on that other side is because they knew uko ni kubaya. Even Kina Orengo knew they had goofed, and they are killing the ODM that we know. But I still tell you guys, remember when Chungwa was divided in half. This is what is happening. The Kina Oburu, they are done. For them, they've already been hit. That's why they are really trying to speak to Sifuna right now to come back as the SG. But Kina Sifuna, they're already gone on another side, on another direction. Those guys are part of the United Opposition, and it's a Pentagon. Was it a Pentagon thing in 202 where people came together and took Moi out? So just remember that. But I'll be listening to you guys. Paul, I have to rush to do something because I'm going to work. But thank you.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing before Matoi go. You know, Homa Bay is gone. Homa Bay is now
Of course,
UDA
they were
zone.
told they won't even get any food. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all gone. I don't know, Alex have a talk.
Umetoa video?
Iko. Chatuweke alafu I go sleep. Yeah, there's some interesting
Weka
videos.
alafu tucheze then. Mbudi alikuwa
Very
amekuja
interesting.
but ameenda.
Mr. Speaker, tuko na prophet moja tu hapa Kenya. Owursi prophet. Owursi prophet nimekataa. Na Ezekiel pia na doubt. Saa hii sasa tumepata mtu amepita Owur, amepita Ezekiel. Huyu prophet anaitwa Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua. Sababu gani nasema hivi? Mr. Speaker, just protect me. Mr. Speaker, sababu gani nasema hivi? Because naingia Mr. Speaker, naingia nasema hivi. Rigathi Gachagua amesema vitu kama 5 hapa Kenya na tukaona sikafanyika. Rigathi Gachagua ndiye mtu mmoja alisimama huko Ukambani akasema Raila Amolo Odinga ako wapi? Watu akina Gladys wakakwambia wakamtusi, akasema na kama hako atoke basi aongee. Kutoka Rigathi Gachagua aseme hivyo, tuliona hiyo kitu ilikuwa kweli. Rest in peace baba. Tukitoka hapo, Rigathi Gachagua akasema aje? Rigathi Gachagua alisema aje? Wameuza party. Mpaka walisachukua nini? Deposit. Leo hii wanapigana peke yao. Umeona ama hujaona? Umeona. Tukitoka hapo Rigathi Gachagua akasema Ruto anataka kununua hapa Nairobi Hospital. Uliona ama kuona? Rigathi Gachagua juzi akasema fuel Ruto ataongeza na 40 bob. Umeona ama hujaona? Umeona. Na sasa unangoja nini ndio ukuje one time? Unangoja nini? Nikiingia kwa pia Wandai because naona wengine wanakasirika sana. Na but kitu nasema ndugu yangu, nataka kumwambia viongozi wetu wa one term general kama imebeba Babu Wino, imebeba Sifuna na Rigathi Gachagua na Kalonzo. Naona watu ni wengi, gari ndiye kidogo. Panua gari. Watu ni wengi, kila siku watu unakuja na watu 5. Na kila siku hao watu wana decrease na watu 10. Tuko sawa na kasi iko sawa. Umejua Yesu Kristo alitembea tu kwa nchi ngapi? 2 peke yake. Alikuja Egypt na Israel. Lakini wale watu wake walikuwa na akina John the Baptist, akina Peter, akina John, the sons of Zebedee, walitembea dunia mzima. Hiyo ndiye sisi. Unaona? Sasa nataka kumwambia watu hivi. Nataka kumwambia
Ndugu yangu, kama nani Ruto alisema tumia akili ama tigiwi kwa hiyo ni Kijaluo. Kiswahili tumia nini? Akili. Now, I'm telling you the truth. Ruto si mjinga. Ruto alikuwa anapewa pia Wandai through pass. Amempea. Amekula peke yake. Ruto anamdanganya hati kama anafukuza wakale. Anataka kutoa pia Wandai. Na pia Wandai ulikula pesa peke yako ndugu yangu. Wewe kwanza ni mchoyo. Kama kuna mtu ulipea beba msalaba peke yako. Sisi kama Wajaka ni watu wazuri sana. Ukikula na sisi tutakubaka hapa. Lakini ukikula peke yako hakuna. Lakini kama kuna mtu ulipea atakuja hapa utamuona. Na ukianza kusupport pia Wandai hapa. Hey. Unaona hata wanga walikula pesa ya Ruto. Niliona juzi akilia hapo soba. Sisi wangu ni kubaya. Rigathi Gachagua alisema mtu mmoja huwezi kula pesa yake ya shetani unaweza kula, lakini si ya William Ruto. Lakini Oburu Odinga yeye alikula tu ya madafu na 500 ya keki. Hiyo yake tunaweza lipa. Lakini ya zingine beba msalaba yake. Asante Mr. Speaker.
Constituency. Na mimi wacha niimbe kidogo kwa sababu nimeshatumiwa gun kutoka kwa serikali. Asante sana. Hapa utafenywa kweli kweli. Yesu. Mimi nashukuru sana. Baba pokea sifa. Paka niimbe kwa sababu Mungu anatenda na tunaona. Mr. Speaker, wacha nianze na hii mada ya watu wengine wanalialia kabisa. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, bwana, mambo imeharibika, na niliwaambia kabla ifike mwezi wa 5 hapa itakuwa tu one time. Mr. Speaker, mimi nataka niongee hii jambo. Kuna huyu governor wa Homa Bay na huyu mbunge wa Migori, huyu Junet, na inasemekana tena huyu jamaa governor wa huku Mombasa wamechukua milioni siji 5 billion. Walikuwa wanataka kuuza chama yetu. Na Mungu ni nani? Nyinyi mutafinywa. Mimi mutafinywa nyinyi. Mutafinywa. Saa hii ndio mnaanza kupiga kelele ati mambo ya zoning. Naona governor wa Homa Bay analia saa hii. Akienda kwa matanga kuna sijui ile inaitwa napkin ama ile inaitwa towel, anapanguza tu machozi. Niliwaambia Raila atalala. Pati yake mumekula. Saa hii mnaanza kuconfuse watu. Ati hatuoni kama tunaenda na Ruto mali. William Samuel Ruto mwenye ametoroka na kuna pesa yako. Ukiua hatutaenda kwa maandamano. Hatutaenda. Alikuwa anakula pesa peke yake. Wewe hata saa hii mali amepaka gari unatoa tu bolt. Unatuma tu wenye wanatoa bolt kwa sababu kuna guns wako hapa Nairobi. Tuma tu wale wenye wanakwanga na ile meno ya chuma. Wanatoa bolts kwa magari. Akisema tu vum, pup, anaenda biguni. Kwa kula vile utakula pesa ya mtu na unatoroka. Na una watu nyuma na Ruto anataka watu. Unaona hiyo jambo? Mimi nafurahia. Na saa hii Orengo na Babu na hawa Sifuna musishike simu. Hakuna kushika simu ya hawa watu. Sisi tunataka wananchi, viongozi waende kwa Ruto. Niliwaambia. Na saa hii unajua Mr. Speaker, Oburu saa hii ukimpigia yeye ni mgonjwa, anasikia pressure imepanda. Hatutaki mwenye anasumbua Oburu saa hii. Hatutaki mwenye anasumbua Oburu. Unajua Mr. Speaker, Oburu saa hii ukimpigia yeye ni mgonjwa, anasikia pressure imepanda. Hatutaki mwenye anasumbua Oburu saa hii. Hatutaki mwenye anasumbua Oburu. Kwa sababu wakati tulikuwa tunawaambia amusikii, nyinyi mlikuwa mnasema ati tutam. Saa hii hata hapa ukienda kwa kiwanja hapa, nywele sosi ndio amebaki kwa tutam peke yake. Kwa sababu ako na pikipiki. Amebaki peke yake. Mr. Speaker. Hapa imeharibika. Na wewe wenye walikula pesa, hata Simbarati alikula pesa. Mimi sikuogopi. Hata Simbarati alikula hii pesa 5 billion. Na saa hii Simbarati amesahau alichaguliwa na ODM, anaenda kwa rally ya UDA, akiangalia gari, akishuka kwa gari, kila mtu ni UDA. Sasa akisema ODM anaambiwa UDA, arati bai, unaenda nyumbani. Wenyinyi ndio mmepeleka Raila chini. Naenda kwa hii mada ya hii mambo ya kutoa watu wa tutam warudi pande hii. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, mimi nawaambia, unajua hata huko Nakuru tulikuwa na kiwanja kidogo, sasa hivi wamebadilisha kiwanja kwa sababu watu ni wengi. Watu ni wengi, watakuja na machopa. Na mimi nataka niseme hivi, ukijua ulitumiwa pesa ya William Samoei Ruto tukiwa hapa kwa bunge na unakuja kwa one time yetu, nywele soso usikuje, utauawa bure. Usikuje ndugu yangu, mimi bado nakupenda, usikuje. Imba tu mpaka Ruto akianguka na mko na pesa yake, mtaona. Usikuje. Mulibeba Biblia mkasema ya kwamba tuko na wewe paka milele. Usikuje. Na sisi pande hii tumejipanga, tuko sawa. Na mimi nataka niambie hawa wa Kenya. Saa hii tumeshikana. Kuna watu wengine tumefanya uchunguzi, walikuwa wanalipwa. Tukienda rally wanaimba mtu moja. Na saa hii tumetengeneza. Saa hii ni linda wananchi. Na tumejipanga. Karibu. ODM ulisimama ukashinda same ward. Ukanyang'anywa tiketi. Linda wananchi, babu atakupea tiketi bure hata usikampeni. Huyu speaker ndio namuongeleza. Anaitwa Ken. Ndugu yangu engineer, tutakukaribisha na wewe ndio MCA. Asante sana.
Haya.
Okay. Ngoja. Watu wamechoka na video.
Nimeingiza bundi.
Ingiza bundi. Watu wamechoka na video.
But nilikuwa nikitaka kucheza, kama utataka kuenda ili uende mara moja. I don't know, or you still be here with the bundi.
Let me hear Bundi. Bundi's analysis is very good.
Okay, so Bundi, go ahead. So can you react to what is happening?
Sijui mada ilikuwa nini?
First of all, mada ni about the way sasa in Mlima Kenya manyimbo zishatolewa sasa. Manyimbo za kuoneshana mlima iko consolidated, manyimbo all Kikuyu Benga musicians, top ones are now producing songs. That is one. Then kuna hiyo issue ya ODM crashing. Yeah, those mixed signals amid this other thing.
ODM is a past thing. That is garbage that was even not in the dustbin in the house. That is garbage that has decomposed. It's already manure somewhere, So I think talking about ODM as an entity is a waste of time. You and me know that. We predicted it, not only prediction. I mean, even a fool could see that that agreement was not going anywhere. And I blame Raila so much because the only reason Raila went into this nonsense is he wanted to prevent a Kikuyu presidency. He averted Ruto going because constitutionally Rigathi Gachagua could have been the president. And Gachagua at that particular time was also very toxic, if you remember. I mean, Gachagua with the shareholding, so on and so forth at that particular time. Whatever that was running in his mind is enmity with Uhuru, so on and so forth. He had not been baptized also with what we call in politics, what we could call inclusiveness. And I think with whatever impeachment, the so-called coined impeachment, he has been able to learn to talk, to interact, and also to be able to understand that that language is not part and parcel of national media. So we do not know, if it would have been okay for him to take the presidency, or he needed more preparation, or he should have been, God wanted him not to, from one abnormality to one insanity. But ODM prediction on how, where it is ending, it's even worse. I mean, none of them is going to win, whether the ODM remains or UDA takes over. None of them. So if you look at Ruto's political history, is when he came as a kingpin in the Rift Valley, he made sure that all the Moi political machine had gone. And some of them were very formidable, from Franklin Beth, Henry Kosgei, Sally Kosgei, Musa Sirma. You can name all of them. He swiped and took them off completely. And I calculated in 2013, who was able to come with his team. Come 2017, people like Kabogo, Kabando, Ujiri. I mean, there's a lot of people that he has been able to take out, and he created these blue boys in the mountain. And I think in that very pattern that is predictable, and which makes me laugh sometimes when people like Gladys Wanga are making a lot of noise. You know very well, none of them from Chilo Yako, from Gladys Wanga. And Gladys Wanga must be very foolish because, whatever happened in Kasipulka Bondo was an artificial election. That guy was assassinated and they tested the water there. Raymond Omolo is the architect, and, they understood, the future of UDA. And Gladys Wanga is also the biggest fool because instead of understanding that the person that is going to take over from her was actually a deputy, and he will have done everything to make sure I'm assign the deputy a lot of assignments to make him her puppet. I mean, he went fighting with the guy, and the guy did the right thing. And politically, if I'm a politician, I think I'll do the right thing. He resigned. Right now, I don't think Mabea as a deputy governor. The Magwagwa resigned. He's also from Kasipulka Bondo, and obviously is the UDA candidate for governorship in Homa Bay, and that is how. So when you hear Gladys Wanga make noise that how come my party leader, people are standing in a funeral and they're waving, I mean, that's what they wanted. In their foolishness to fight one man, Edwin Sifuna, they forgot that they did not have a house completely. The person who made actually ODM even to look more national was Edwin Sifuna because of his consistency. And I think people still believed somehow from the very beginning that he had good intentions for Kenya, even though we didn't want him still to stay, but at least we had a little bit of it. So ODM is in the garbage. You know, it's already manure. There is nothing left. The people that sold ODM are very clear. It's not Simbarati. It is not even the guy in Mombasa. The two people that sold ODM from the very beginning were Mbadi and Jonet. And it looks from where I sit, from the very beginning, even when elections pre-2022, they had already decided that, whatever comes their way, they are going to make sure that Baba is gone. Because they were very close to Baba. I think Ruto understood. What I have seen the last few days is what is also making me happy, but also very nervous, because I don't think many people understand that this week has been the weakest week of Ruto's presidency. If there was a time Kenyans could have gathered together and removed Ruto without a doubt and and everybody will have agreed that nobody will have saved him, was this week. I don't know how next week it's going to be, but let's pray that the momentum will continue to be where it is.
Sinasikia kuna maandamano. Opposition walisema kuna maandamano Tuesday.
Hold on. This week, wachana next week, this week, it's when Ruto will have been taken out. Next week, he will have regained because he understands how isolated he was from all aspects. The intelligence didn't want anything to do with him. The caucus that he had agreed with from the mountain also told him that whether you like it or not, the deputy president is ours. ODM, whether we like them or not, I gave him the middle finger. The lawyers in parliament, including Wetangula, ganged up to condemn the Goonism and also the act of beating Otsosi. Ondai, in one way or the other, whether you are listening to his speeches or not, actually said the buck stops at the president. He runs the ministry. Ndindi Nyoro in JKL said, I regret, I apologize. I mean, look, nobody is coming for this guy. The guy was forced in a roadside declaration to say, because the intelligence told him, and obviously you could see from his face, because Ruto is not somebody who can hide his emotions, to declare the VAT, which he doesn't have the power right away, like as if it's an act of subjugation of the constitution, whereby you just say it has gone up, it has gone down without institution, which actually was also a lie, because I think who detonated that lie was Ndindi Nyoro. He said the guy said VAT has come from 16 to 8. As of today, the pumps were still the same. So he was forced actually to become his own spin doctor. KTN wrote him a personal letter and say, Mr. President, this is what you said, this is what we aired. And I mean, if you look at what is happening to Ruto this week, thank God Friday imefika, wa Kenya vile wako na shida zao nyingi wanaenda epi. Leo jioni waenda wakunywa wasahau. That's the only problem we have. Kama hii wiki ingekuwa extended, Ruto angetoka, trust me. I don't know if Kenyans really understand where Ruto was this week. He had to come from Kisii, attend a security meeting, and because of, again, shame, he had to go back to Kisii to continue the rally. Jeff Koinange is, for some reason, after he went vacation, ni surgery, maybe somebody say he almost died. When he came back, he said he needs to say all the truth, but nothing but the truth. The guy is just changed. The way he is interviewing his people, you know, those are leading questions that we don't want. Ruto must go. Yani JKL amekuwa the biggest proponent of Ruto must go. Unaelewa? Murkomen was addressed as a boy, you know, juvenile. Like, the entire security team was put down. And I came to understand that we are bankrupt. We don't have energy reserves. We don't have strategic reserve for food. Even what we used to have at this maize that used to be in silos in case something happens. I came to understand this, and that's what I think imepita watu wengi. When Boni Khalwale was talking in there, I don't know if Kip, you saw that when he was talking about how come a country like Kenya does not have reserve for fuel that can last us a couple of days if there was an emergency.
It's supposed to be 3 months. It's supposed to be 3
Kenya
months.
does not have even what we are waiting. In fact, the reason why
Fundi unajua amechukua wapi? Unajua amechukua hiyo mafuta wapi? Alichukua hiyo mafuta, alichukua reserve yetu Sudan. Imagine, idiot.
And let me tell you, sometimes Mugala muue lakini mpe haki yake. Let me tell you, and I don't fear to say this without with the fear of contradiction. I thank God Undai was the Minister for Energy. Had he not made that mistake, let me tell you, today we'll be crying more. Yes, let him be investigated and prosecuted. But that decision, whether he say he was part of it or not, when he came to realize that, and Ndindi Nyoro had said that, because I'm piecing together only to understand that everything we have in Kenya has been sold, and we have nothing on our part, including the Turkana oil. The little that we could boast about. Remember when we went to Mombasa, mwingine anakula kichwa, mkia, mwingine mbavu, nini, that meeting in Mombasa whereby we did our first shipment of oil. Do you remember that nonsense? Now we own nothing.
Nothing.
Like
How many years have we had oil? So many.
The expose that came this week, I guarantee you there has never been a corruption of that grand. The magnitude, I think, will be asked for years to come. And when Rigathi Gachagua comes to tell us the things that Ruto has taken for Lisa, we keep laughing, but we don't understand that we don't have a country. You know, Gachagua anaisemaga kama mchezo, amechukua Fuliza, shashi yake, e-citizen, yeah. You know, anaongea hizi vitu tunafikiria ni mchezo, and we keep on joking with our livelihood. But the reality is, this psychopath has no clue at all. And I think what Atwoli had said has come to fruition, that he will take the central bank to his house. So I hope. Now, I will go to Njiru's point. I hope if we failed to do it this week, I see a bright future, Keep. This is where a bright future is. And Keep Njiru akona hii shida. Every time I invite him to kuongea naendanga. That's
I
why people fail to come to this show, because, I mean, the guy, akotka Ruto ya mwenye, he doesn't care.
No, if you don't talk about Gachagua, he disappears. Unajua umeongea Gachagua kidogo, hata kwanza sasa tulikuwa tunaongea juu ya ODM, the guy disappeared. If you don't talk Gachagua, he loses interest. I think it just should be a Gachagua show. Ndio fry.
Then we should open another kiosk somewhere.
Kiosk ndogo tunataka kuongea. Stone pick afungue kiosk yetu ndogo hiyo.
Kiosk imekuwa nyingi bwana. So now that we failed to capitalize on this, we have two chances that are coming. Very good chances. The next chance we have is the Nakuru. Nakuru comes in the after event of Ososi. Ososi is going to attend. There is a sizable number of lawyers in there, in Nakuru. There's a sizable number of Luos who actually
I'm more focused on Kisumu, to be honest.
No, I'm coming there. So once we deal with the Nakuru and we successfully show Ruto the middle finger, we will have prepared what all along Anyang' Nyong'o has always wanted. Anyang' Nyong'o once said something that caught my ear. Said Edwin Sifuna has the future. I don't know if you remember that speech. The future is bright for this young man. And I'm glad the meeting for Nakuru starts before the meeting for what? For Kisumu. Now, I'm also glad, but also pained that the Ososi issue happened, because what the Ososi issue has done is to prepare the ground that if Raymond Omolo had the Ososi thing not happened, the goons could have been mobilized, and obviously they will have done a lot of damage to our pre-planned meeting to Kisumu. Thank God the sacrificial lamb is it's Ososi. It was laughable when Kaluma was saying that that the chief goon that beat Ososi came from Vihiga. I was laughing when I was hearing that. Kaluma said some foolishness, but I think those people have been put into a stand, and I like what Sifuna said. Sifuna said, we thank the people of Kisumu. And I think that politically brought mileage, that Sifuna still regards the people of Kisumu. He said, the people that actually brought justice to Ososi was the people of Kisumu. And then again, he said, we are coming there. We do not fear. The people of Kisumu, from what I have heard, they are really waiting. They're really waiting, and not only that, the great governor of Kisumu.
Orengo was there. Orengo was there the other day with the youths. They were really excited to see him. Very excited to see him. Like, they felt orphaned by that stupidity, and you can see they're excited for those guys to come.
Actually, it brought livelihood for those who are one term and they had fear. Now I think they are more vocal, because what the goons had done is to silence them. The fact that, the issue for Sosi came in, and the Babu winner has been emboldened and to say, okay, if this is what you want, we'll also deal with you. So I think there's a counter reaction which is going to take care of that rally. And I think all eyes are on William Samoei Ruto and Raymond Omolo. Now, to make it even more better, the internal rift within ODM and also their disagreement with the UDA has actually exonerated Edwin Sifuna and Babu Owino that they were right all along that this relationship could not work. Now, given that fact, I think they wanted the Kisumu rally to be cancelled, and Anyang' Nyong'o was given pressure so that he cannot, provide for the license for the ground, but he did. And actually, I hear that he has promised he's going to be in attendance. He has totally agreed he's going to be in attendance. So that puts you in a better advantage that if Anyang' Nyong'o is there, or he sends his surrogates, and the rest of the people also come in, like you said, the governor for Siaya, and obviously the Kisii team, Kibagendi, Barongo, and the like-minded people are going to be there. So I think after Nakuru and Kisumu, if we put more pressure, and the way Gachagua has given an ultimatum of 24 hours and Ruto acted within 24 minutes, hey, Amafuta. So I think the pressure is really boiling. What Gachagua and the team.
What about your governor? Your stupid governor, or governor to Kanyuma?
No, we are not talking about that anymore. I mean, we are talking about how to that's a useless creature now. What we can do to put pressure, and I agree with Kalonzo that if this is calculated very well, the problem is not Ruto must go. The problem is what you heard Waiguru and Kindiki talk. Now, Jiro, I want you to come here and understand. When you hear Kindiki and Waiguru talk the same what they were talking, many people do not understand what these two are talking. We are analyzing it in a totally different way.
No,
this
I get what
Gachagua, the way Gachagua went to State House in Mombasa, waiting for Ruto to be removed. They have come to a realization that this thing can happen anytime. And Waiguru is actually telling the Kikuyu nation, hii kitu ikienda kwa Kindiki ni kama kwangu na kwake. And Kindiki has actually acknowledged. But the people in the political ground do not see that. You know, at first I was like, how can you be so foolish? You are the deputy president. Na mama anakuja huku kusema ikikuja kwangu ni vizuri na hiyo Kindiki amepata. Na ikienda kwake, no. They are saying that, look, I think, Kalonzo, you are right. Sisi tulikuwa tumefikiria ni one term, lakini hatutaki hata hii one term ishe. We want this thing to go faster. And kama Wajaluo walifikiria watapata hii kitu, ngo. Hii kitu hata sio namba 2 wanaenda. Sisi already tumepata hiyo number 1. So the problem was, walikuwa wanasema sisi sio hizi zingine, sisi ni the presidency we are talking about. Hizo zingine, the way you sikia Joe anaongea, I think they are past that. So my only fear again now, it is there. If pressure is put, and you are seeing, you know, all of a sudden, you know, akina Ndindi Nyoro, I said the other day, I mean, I don't know if you, I think you were here, I've never heard this, and I asked you guys help me. Why would an opposition leader give ultimatum if you tell your boy, if you touch the 5 of us, outalala State House? And then you've seen everybody, you know, I was looking at the interviews all over. There were so many. Nobody, like the way people are talking to Ruto, even the people who are very close, I think they know the end has come. And they can almost feel it. It is up to us to put that pressure. This week, Ruto was weak. And you could see it. Him bulging and acknowledging and taking the VAT with lies will tell you. The problem is that he's not going to be able to solve the fuel problem because he sold all the fuel. He has no place to bring fuel from. It is going to persist. And I think that's where the revolution will start from. And I think it was Mwamba who said last time, yes, no, I think it was in the comment section that the bread issue for us is going to be the fuel issue. We do not have any fuel. Why not Wundanyi, who was trying to mitigate and cushion so that in perspective, because they had to go even to inaitwanga substandard, not even understandard, substandard, just to put on the pump. And in the event, wameharibu so many vehicles, so many pikipikis. I mean, you know, they are destroying the economy by doing that. But Wandanya did not want the pumps to be totally empty. The question is, if we sold all our strategic fuels, there's a process to procure them. Already you have not paid the contractors that actually you went around them. You started new contractors. You don't have money to pay them. You are planning to go to Italy, I think, sijui ni siku gani, then you go to IMF ama ni World Bank next week. World Bank has already cancelled that meeting and they doesn't. Did you guys hear that meeting has been cancelled? They are not giving Kenya any money. So where is he going?
Wait.
No, that meeting has been cancelled. He was going to Italy.
No, slow down. Man, you're going too fast. Hiyo ni kubwa. Hakuna pesa.
No, that meeting has been cancelled.
Oh,
and if it's going to be revived, that's another Eurobond. That is another Eurobond we are going for. We can't afford it. Because the second Eurobond, we haven't even started paying for it.
Uenda kukopesha sasa ile kuna recession. Wewe unamcheza gani?
Yeah, so I think Ruto amefika. Let me tell you, I don't like listening to Ndini Nyoro, but for the benefit, you know, one of the things Ali to hit hard nayo is in 2022, when 1 barrel of oil was actually, the crude oil was 115, we were still buying at 98. I don't know if you heard that argument. What makes Rigathi Gachagua predict it's going to go to 40? And he's right on that precision, because Ruto understands, and I think Gachagua knows, that people that help them come to power need their money as soon as possible, so that I think they can strike another deal for 2027. Before you give us all our money, we cannot strike another deal. So Ruto is desperate. And somebody was saying, for every liter you are pumping today in Kenya, be it paraffin, be it what, 5 shillings goes to Ruto. That's a lot of money, my friend. That's a lot of money to go into somebody's pocket. So I think I will finish it there. That I think we bungled this week, but I don't think it was intentional. It also came as a surprise to us. But I think in the next 2 weeks, I think we can put more pressure. Gachagua knows it. The leaders have known it. I think let us sensitize people who are, you know what, enough pressure will take these people out. Thank you.
Respect us, but also Kenyans have problem with fuel. ODM ni wajinga sana. Respect us. Msimamo, habari yako?
Kaka salama ndugu yangu, hali vipi?
Nzuri.
Nice bwana kuwapata tena hapa na ndugu yangu ambavyo ni Alex Njiru. Nimerecover sasa. Propele yako naweza nikatema swa cheche za kutosha sasa hivi. Namshukuru Manani jamaa. Kama kuna jambo lolote hilo nipate kuchangia, maana nimewapata hapa mkizungumza tayari, ndio nikaingilia kati tu, labda kuna langu fungu hapo, swali ama pendekezo, basi nichangie kidogo kama wenzangu. Basi
kuchangia juu ya mlima na wimbo za kitamaduni za mlima zikiwa they're changed. Zimekuwa, unajua zamani tulikuwa tunaimbia kasongo, sasa ni kumtukana huko kwa mlima.
Hapo umeniacha hoi na umeniacha mbali mwanada. Sijaingilia swali hiyo tune hiyo kama nyimbo, ila tu kubwa ni kwamba
za Wakorino, Njero alicheza mwanzo wa show ikionyesha Wakorino, unajua Wakorino original si wale wa State House wakiimba mawimbo za Kikuyu.
hata wale pia nao walienda pale kwa mkataba. Ajabu walipofika pale wakitazama maagano sio, nadhani wakaanza kumuuliza tena Gachagua, namna gani bwana, huku mipango ilikuwa hii na nimejaribu kufungua hapa ndani nimegundua mambo sio. So it's like kwa kweli kila mtu sasa hivi umeteleza, kwa sababu mikutano ikifanywa lazima mtu aumize mfuko. Kuna wengine wanafanya mikutano for free. So unajua hili linaonyesha hali gani haswa ambayo kwa kweli kuna mtu anaumia, haswa pande mwingine hapati mbavu, hapati nafasi, na ndio maana nyama zinaisha. Mungu anisamehe kwa hilo, lakini la uzuri zaidi ni sikio la kufa basi halisikii dawa. Na mtu kwa kweli, ndugu yangu mwambie aswa anarudi, ukimwambia naenda ataenda, tena akienda ataenda kwa kutafutia ushauri. Eti Kipu ameniambia kwamba huko mahali ni kubaya. Sasa kiambua hapana, ni muongo, yeye anazidi kwenda hadi alione. So ODM wameiona na wameliona lile ambalo, so especially ODM ile broad based government, kwamba the world sisi tunataka power, hiyo imeenda mazima. Sasa ndivyo, sijui wataanzia wapi, maana already kila ishara na dalili inaonyesha kwamba ODM sasa hivi kwamba lengo lilikuwa ni lipi, despite kwamba tumezungumza, tumeonya na kila kitu, lakini yote tisa, kila jambo lina nafuu yake. Maana hata wakati wa kiangazi, basi kuna wale ambao hawawezi nunua mfugo, watanunua mfugo kwa bei rahisi wakati huo. So hakuna jambo ambalo halina faida kwa kweli. Kwa kila gumu tunalolipitia, kisha ni faida baadaye, kwa maana mambo yamechacha na dalili zinatuonyesha kwamba mambo yatakuwa mazuri, kwa sababu kile ambacho kinanifurahisha kilichofanyika wakati ule na Intumbi ndo sasa hivi tunakipata kikifanyika upande huu na kiongozi Gachagua. So mipango ni mizuri kwa kweli, maana kila wanapopanga uongo si kazi, sie tunajua wazi kutatokea nini na kuzungumzwa ndilo. So whatever goes around comes around. Kila ambacho walikitumia wakati ule kwa kuwasaidia for sympathy, sasa kinawakataa, kwa sababu Mkenya hata nunua tena sympathy ya uongo. Huruma hiyo halipo. Hata hii bei kushuka hafla hivi na mafuta yenyewe hatujui kwamba yapo ama hayapo, hili ni huruma na haipo kabisa. Watu wanataka kujua kile kilizungumza Gachagua, tujui mwananchi wa kawaida naelewa maana yake ni nini. Anahitaji kujua hayo maswali, lakini vile vile kuona kwamba mafuta yameshuka na kushuka na zaidi hata yarudi kule kule kwa 90, niseme nini haswa kwa lita, kwa sababu huko ndiko ambako Mkenya wa kawaida kunaweza mpa mbavu akifanya biashara akaona kwamba kuna faida kuliko sasa hivi tulipo. Sio kiukweli, Mungu si dhalimu. Magoti yale tuliyashuhudia wakati huo yakipigwa haswa na machozi ya mamba, lakini vile vile ahadi kochokocho ambazo Mkenya aliweza kauziwa wakati ule ili kununuliwa sympathy hazijatimilika. Ahadi kama vile chapati zitakazotengenezwa haswa kwa wingi, maana tutakuwa na mashine. Ahadi ya gesi ya 300 hakuna. Ahadi, kila ahadi ambayo imeweza kuwekwa bila shaka hakuna. So hili linanipa nguvu kwamba kwendako hata hilo bao la kusukuma mkono itakuwa ni ngumu, kwa sababu kile kilicho hapo ni kuondokana na ni kuponyesha kidonda ili tuepukane na inzi. Kilichobaki sasa hivi ni kuponyesha kidonda ili tuepukane na inzi, na bila shaka ndio hiyo dawa tunaweza. Kila dawa sasa hivi inajitokeza. Viongozi haswa ya United Opposition wakiongozwa na Rigiji wanafanya kazi nzuri zaidi. Ni fungu letu tu wananchi tuweze kuona kwamba kwa nafasi hii, safari hii, sauti yetu imezungumza debeni, tufanye mambo, then tuache haya mashaka mengine sasa. Na la mwisho linalofurahisha ni kama haswa hapo kwenye mshiko pamepinda. Sasa sijui jamaa wangu itakuwaje, maana hapo kwa World Bank ndo tegemeo, na kama kumepinda basi uongo si kazi, sijui itakuwaje. Anyway, yote tisa ni ya Kaisari na mwachia Kaisari, na mimi nami Ngoso nafuata yangu kama Ngoso. Kumekucha kwetu ni kuingia kwa palizi tu, ni kipindi cha palizi sasa hivi, angalau tusukume siku, maana tuna imani huku kwamba mtaji wa maskini basi nguvuze mwenyewe. Kwa hiyo kile ilivyo tunaingia shamba sisi tukingojea haswa wakati ufike, lakini kwa utabiri wangu naona 2027 ni mbali mno. Hapa katikati hapa uongo si kazi. Mungu akijali basi tutapata suluhu ya hii shida. Asante.
Niulize swali, hiyo maneno ya World Bank mnaona kama au wafidhina, sijui kama wanaitwa wafidhina, wale watu wa kupeana pesa, msimamo utatuambia ama ni wafidhina ama mwafidhina ni nani? Nisitumie lugha chafu bila kujua. Hao wapeana
Wafidhina ama mfadhili ama vipi? Masi alipata vizuri.
Nasema sasa World Bank ni mfadhili, tuseme sasa, unaona kama ni hao wafadhili wameelewa ya kwamba Kasongo ni wizi anafanya tu na hakuna haja ya kupewa pesa, ama mnaonaje? unaona kama kuna information critical leakage imefika huko na wakaona hata kupeana pesa hapa ni kutupa.
Unajua hiyo yote World Bank inaongozwa na vigogo ambao pia ni wenye mbavu. Lakini sasa ukiwa na akili kama hii ya ndugu yetu hapa, utandikapo sipo ulalapo, unakuwa pia haswa kwa wale ambao pia ni vigogo ambao wanataka pia kukusaidia kwa hilo, wanatia uoga, wanakuwa na mashaka na wewe na matendo. So tabia ya mtu ndio humdescribe zaidi. Unajua, unaweza ificha tabia kwa maneno ya huruma kama nilivyotangulia kuzungumza. Ni mwingi wa kuzungumza haswa mambo ya huruma, si mwenye vitendo. Sasa kuna mwingine yeye si mwingi wa maneno katika mdomo, ni mwingi wa vitendo. Maneno yake ni machache, ni mwingi, na huo ndio tofauti. So hawa bwana, mimi najua haswa wengi wanaitegemea haswa hiyo World Bank, na ni vigogo wengi ambao wambavuna, ambao haswa huipeleka taifa kwa ajili ya biashara na kusasini mambo yao, mimi kimtazamo wangu. Kwa hivyo ikiwa wao watakuwa wameanza kumpinda na kuanza kumtema, sasa atakimbilia wapi? Na ni safari.
Haya, sawa msimamo. Hata nimechoka kusikiza mapesa za Kenya.
Ona kaka, mimi mtabidi ni akuache niwacha niingie shamba, wazee kumekucha kidogo hapa
Haya, ni
kwetu.
sawa, ingia shamba. Hata mimi nikufunga, nitafunga sasa.
Yeah.
Nimeshukuru kwa wale wamejiunga na kituo siku ya leo.
But tunaona nimeingia mara mbili, tumekuwa na vilari kidogo, alafu na hivyo ndo tumeanza sasa upya. Kwa hiyo kutachangamka kaka, usio na wasiwasi.
Yeah. Wacha tuweke hii kabla niweke Chris kumekucha. Ni kama hii video na pia Joakim leo ameongea, nitawekea Joakim pia. Okay, tucheze video. Sorry, tucheze video. Yeah, I'm almost closing. I think this is the first trial ya maandamano ya Ruto. No, sio Ruto, ya maandamano ya Gachagua. Maybe wacha tuone sasa maandamano ikitishwa na Gachagua itakaa namna gani. So I think this ndio trial moment ya Gachagua.
Tumekataa kutii amri na kufuata yale taratibu ambayo tulikubaliana nao. Tuesday tunarudi uwanjani.
Raila Odinga, we miss that man. He was the voice of the oppressed.
Kila kitu imepanda na wananchi na mapato ya wananchi imebaki yale yale.
But Waswahili husema Mungu haachi mja wake. Now we have another voice, and this time he comes from the slopes of Mount Kenya.
Mr. William, this is the time Kenyans are demanding. You immediately stop living your dream and utopia and face reality and put Wanjiko first.
And he seems even more effective, because not even at the height of protests that were led by Raila Odinga did we see an opposition leader give government 7 days.
Within 7 days to address the following urgent issues, failure to which the united government shall call for national mass action.
And in less than 12 hours, the government reacted.
So to our viewers, we just reduced the prices of super petrol, which we call premium motor spirit, by another 9 shillings and 37 cents.
It is clear that this government does fear the son of Mau Mau, and they should fear him even more because he has rejected the recent cosmetic fuel reductions. He's saying 9 bob is not enough. Toa yote, or else State House. Here we come. Let's talk about it. If you love this kind of content, go ahead and like this video and subscribe. Now let's get to the video.
You must stop all the meetings, your political meetings that are happening now. Gather and find a solution to the imminent supply chain disruptions in fuel in Kenya and the imminent price disruptions in Kenya.
For the past few weeks, Kenya has been on edge. Ever since the tensions escalated around the Strait of Hormuz, everyone knew one thing, that fuel prices were going to go up. But Kenyans hoped, or at least they asked, can government cushion us this time round?
Kenyans cannot shoulder the fuel price disruptions on their own.
Voices like Dindi Nyoro spoke, and they spoke very, very early.
I want to tell them that the best advice they have had in this quarter of the year is this one. And the sooner they do it, the better. Because Kenyans will force you to receive the 7 shillings fuel levy. Kenyans will force you soon to receive the 8% additional VAT that was introduced.
People like Rigathi Gachagua want the government to not increase fuel prices.
Please, musiende hiyo direction.
Warning that the government was actually planning to increase the price for fuel with 40 shillings and above.
He wants fuel increase to be up to 40 shillings. And it will happen in the next few weeks.
Then, eventually, it happened.
Price of diesel up by 40 shillings and 30 cents per litre.
The government, under President William Ruto, announced that diesel was going to be added a whole 40 bob, while petrol was to be added 28 shillings.
So after the fuel price hike in Kenya, I literally had to pass by a petrol station in Nairobi and confirm whether it's true, and I just confirmed, as you can see the situation right behind me.
And just like that, life in Kenya became more expensive overnight.
Yani tumerudi COVID times. Fuel prices, they are similar. Petrol na diesel, they are similar. Zimeshapanda.
Naitwa Crispina. Hii ni mhudumu wa Potapota Westlands. But changamoto yenye tunaona hivi sasa, kulingana na mafuta vile imepanda, naumia sana.
Transport, food, basically everything.
Yu mafuta imeongezewa. Sisi tuko na watataka tata waongezee tena unga. Unga iende 200 ipande. Already ni mzigo kwa sababu ulikuwa umejipanga na fare wakati shule itafunguliwa, fare itaongezeka.
Then came the turning point. At a press conference held at the Wiper Democratic Movement Command Center, Rigathi Gachagua and his alternative government, or rather united opposition, dropped a bombshell.
The team leader of this oil scandal is William Ruto, Felix Koskei, and they are broad-based expert.
They didn't blame global factors. They blamed corruption. Even more explosive, Gachagua alleged that the president benefits directly from every liter of fuel that is sold.
Kenyans now have to pay for the greed and business of William Ruto, not only on the pump, but across all sectors of the economy. Mr. William Ruto will earn a profit of Kenya shillings 5 per every liter consumed by the people of Kenya.
Then came the ultimatum. 7 days. Fix it or face mass action.
You must immediately direct the Speaker of the National Assembly, your sycophant, to convene a special sitting of Parliament within 7 days to address the following urgent issues, failure to which the united government shall call for national mass action.
This is where things get crazy. Before 7 days could even begin, the government blinked. During a live interview on JKL, Jeff Koinange Live, a new announcement dropped that fuel prices were going to be reduced slightly.
And then we have also reduced the price of diesel from 206.84 by another 10 shillings to 196.
That was less than 12 hours later.
We've done that is because we have a new legal notice that has just been published in line with His Excellency's directive, the President of the Republic, that VAT on fuel reduces from 13%, where it was left yesterday, which has effectively brought it down to 8%. Yeah.
And we can be honest and give Rigathi Gachagua his flowers. Even Raila Odinga, at the peak of his influence, never forced such a rapid response. So now Kenyans are asking, does this government fear Rigathi Gachagua more than they even feared Raila Odinga? Because this wasn't normal. This one smelled panic.
Kawa, maandamano inarudi.
There's something that is confusing a lot of Kenyans, and I feel like it's up to us to break it down.
Nimesikia Beatrice Maganga akisema kwamba serikali imesikia kilio cha Wakenya na kupunguza bei. Kulikuwa na ongezeko la shilingi 40 kwa mafuta ya diesel. Baada ya Wakenya kupiga nduru
serikali ikasikia kilio cha Mkenya, ikapunguza ongezeko. Lile ongezeko la shilingi 40 likapungua kwa shilingi 10. Lile ongezeko la shilingi 40 likapungua kwa shilingi 10. Mafuta yameongezeka kwa shilingi 30 ama serikali imepunguza bei ya mafuta?
That is still an increase. Yes, and Kenyans are not buying it.
Tuliwaambia wana test the waters bana, wanachukua 40 shillings alafu wanakurudishia 10 shillings and 9 shillings alafu wanakuambia tuambia asante, we've done something, we've considered you very much, we think about you. Mchezo wa tauni bana.
According to Dende Nyoro, the government controls 48% of fuel pricing.
Through my proposals, which are 3, we would reduce pump prices by 27 shillings by tomorrow morning.
Meaning, this is not just a global pressure thing. This is a local decision.
The problem the world is facing and Kenya is facing is not long term. But there are decisions we would make today that will have long-term ramifications.
And here is what makes it even worse. Kenya has a port, a functional port, 2 of them, Lamu and Mombasa. Countries like Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, they don't have ports. Yet, their fuel is cheaper.
This show, what I'm saying, history will vindicate me. It is a scam. It is a profiteering machine. It is a vehicle of patronage. Why are Kenyans paying more in the pump with this mongrel of G2G? When Uganda without G2G are paying cheaper, Ethiopia without G2G, the Ethiopians are paying cheaper. The people in Rwanda are paying cheaper. In Burundi, they are paying cheaper. All these regional economies have nothing called G2G. Their leaders are not taking money off their citizens' pockets through oil. That is why they are paying cheaper. But here, when Kenyans are crying in the pump, that we can come here to debate an issue where our leaders are taking money directly from Kenyans through G2G, their vehicle, their kiosk, their political vehicles and patronage.
Now, the mood in the country has shifted. This is no longer just a debate. There is also anger involved. And many Kenyans are saying that enough is enough.
Wadau, mafuta imepanda na kila mtu amejaa ngori.
Mimi nawaambia Dede Nyoro akikuja another 2 interviews. Interview 2 mbili. Wacha kusema one time, tutasema hii serikali itolewe kesho.
Calls are even growing to occupy State House, whether Gachagua leads it are calling and the people are ready. So here is the reality. This fuel crisis may not just be about fuel. It may be a spark that changes everything. Because when the cost of living becomes unbearable, people don't stay silent. People speak. And how they speak cannot be controlled by the government. Subscribe.
Zaxby's just dropped dry rubs, and they're not playing. They've got zesty lemon pepper, savory garlic parm, and spicy Nashville hot. Hey, other chicken chains, this is called seasoning. Take notes. Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's. Whoa, new Listerine options.
Now in a range from extra mild to intense, so the burn's optional.
You could say one makes you go, ooh, and one makes you go,
Please don't.
oh.
For a healthier mouth your way, wash your mouth with new Listerine.